At the gym this morning, my daughter said, "Guess what? I have off of school. Let's go thrifting." And you guys, that was music to my ears to have her say, "Let's go thrifting." She also recently told me that she is a total bins girl, and I took her up on the offer. So we are spending the day together. We are going to hit up all the Goodwills, and I can't wait to take you guys shopping with us and show you what we all found while we were shopping. Per Caitlan's request, she wanted to hit up the Goodwill Bins first. And if you know anything about the bins, they open up at 9 o'clock and there's typically a line out the door waiting to get in. And as we rounded the corner, we already saw the parking lot was full and it had not even opened. And yes, folks, there is a line out the door, or actually at the door, waiting to get in. So we decided to hunker down in the car. It is still a bit cold here in Wisconsin. We waited until the doors officially opened and then we headed on in. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, Caitlan has talked me into doing a shop with me video. So we are going thrifting. She has off of school and we are hitting up a few of the Goodwills. So let's go ahead and get on inside. As we made our way to the doors, you guys can see there's the line of people standing there. And one guy, he literally ran right past us to get in the front of the line. The doors opened and every single person there grabbed a cart. Now, I did give you guys a tip of the day. Always grab a cart when you are thrifting. And I always try to find a decently clean cart. I also really like to hit these right here, all these shelves, but they had actually put out brand new bins overnight or this morning before the doors opened. So my daughter hit the clothes bins and I hit all the hard goods bins. As I made my way back to the new bins, you can see if you've never been to a Goodwill Bins before, this is how it is set up. There is just bins upon bins, and they actually have the clothes all the way around the exterior of the building, and then they have the hard goods in the center. So I just start picking here through all these new bins, and I try to go through the new bins pretty quick to see if there's anything that catches my eye, and then I go around a secondary time. Finished digging through those new bins, now I'm hitting the old ones. I found this bag of clothespins. I couldn't pass that up. Anytime I find a basket that is handmade, I am always grabbing those. And then I found this, and it's a bit heavy, but I thought it was pretty cool to put in my booth for the 4th of July. And then this in metal M. I'm like, okay, I'm already stocking up for Christmas next year. And then I found this cute little bird. I just had to have him. He ended up in my cart as well. This door, okay. I'm like, what could I do with it? I looked at it. It was a bit rough, but I grabbed it. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so cute. I love the chicken. I thought maybe I could even do something else with it. It went in my cart. The mallets. Last time I was here, I found a bunch of mallets. I found some more. Definitely went into my cart. Now these, they caught my eye. There's 4 of them. They're vintage. I think I'm going to put them in my booth as is. They're so cool looking. But as you can see, there is a lot of junk in these, and it requires a whole lot of digging. And sometimes I just walk through until something catches my eye. I sometimes feel a bit overwhelmed. I try to, dig through as much as I can. But some of these people, they just get right in there, you guys. Now this. I contemplated getting this and I left it. I did not get it, and I'm kind of kicking myself. it is kind of cool. Now, I hear often that I find all the good stuff, that everyone said that's why when they go, they can't find anything. You guys, I do a lot of digging, and I'm sure that I miss a lot as well. As you can see, I'm kind of just walking by a lot, and there were a few items that I really wanted, but I've been really picky about things that weigh a ton. Now this was screaming my name, just laying right on top, and you guys know how much I love rusty and crusty stuff, and my vision here is something with decoupage paper possibly. We finished up at the bins, and then we headed on to the next Goodwill. And now one thing I noticed at all of the Goodwills, guys, was that the shelves were slightly empty. One thing that I had heard from all my viewers is that I should be thrifting because there's going to be a ton of good stuff on all the shelves, and I felt it was kind of barren. I'll be totally honest. So at this first one, I honestly didn't get very much. Even at the bins, we stayed for an hour. Once we hit this one up, I kind of was looking around. I thought these were kind of fun. Maybe I should have did a Google Lens to see if they were worth anything. These glasses too, I'm like, oh, those are really neat. I'm like, do I need any glassware? Again, now I'm being very picky about what I'm buying. I know at the bins I'm a little bit more carefree, but when I'm paying per item here at the regular Goodwills, what I look for is the price. I also want to pick out right away, it was purple tags, so any purple tags are half price, and then any pink tags this week are $1.99. So I was just going through trying to see things that were catching my eye, see if there was any true value to those, and like any good markings on the bottom. And like I said, I did not find a lot. You can see my cart is like empty still. I have already made it down 3 of the aisles, and I think I only found a couple things at this one. I thought these were very cool. I'm like, I don't know, they would be more fallish. I don't know. And this was a little interesting. But every time I enter a Goodwill, I have a strategic plan. I go through the glassware, and then I hit up all the pictures, and this I did get, you guys. So I am kind of obsessed right now with butterflies, with spring coming. So that did end up in my cart. And after I hit up the pictures, then I do go through all the metalware. I just hit up each of the aisles and just try to see if there's anything that really catches my eye that is not overly priced. And one thing too, I always love looking at the baskets. I'm always looking for handmade, signed, like I love Longenberger baskets. I haven't found any of those lately, but just really nice quality baskets. And the few that I did find were a little bit pricey. I always shop the carts where there's new goods going out, and I couldn't pass this pillow up, even though, believe we just got through the holidays, guys, so I'm going to be hatching that all year. But then that was about it, and we headed on to the next Goodwill. At this point, as we were getting on the highway, we both decided we were going to try to hit up every single Goodwill in our area. And with the bins and all the Goodwills, there's 5 of them. So that was the plan. We were going to hit up all 5. So we made it to the next one. And I haven't been to this one for quite some time because it is by far the farthest one away from where we live. I always felt though that there were some really good items here. It just takes about a half hour to get there. So right away, this caught my eye. I love that color for spring. A little pricey, And again, this kind of caught my eye because I always say that about myself. When I'm hungry, I really get hangry. I almost bought it for myself, but I passed it up. And again, you guys, at this one, I didn't find a lot. And if you look at the shelves, they are really barren. What they've done is they kind of spread the goods all the way out. I thought this was cute, but not for that price. They were each individually priced for that, not a set or anything. So that did not end up in my cart. This did though, for $1.99. I love those. I love having white intermixed with all the color in my home. I thought this was cute, but this was more than that bigger one. So that ended up back on the shelf. Anytime I find a wool blanket, I'm grabbing it. It was a little bit more than what I like to spend, but I grabbed it. With those few items, I checked out and then we headed on to the next store. And right away, my daughter is spying up a bunch of different clothes and she found a ton of really great stuff here, you guys. This red thing really caught my eye, but the price, again, compared to what the regular price was, and that got put right back on the ground where I found it. This coffee mug though, you guys, oh my gosh, I don't know why, it's screaming my name. I love plaid. My daughter said, "Do you really need another coffee mug?" I said, "Probably not, but I'm getting it." Now, I looked through all these dishes. I didn't really see anything. I hit up the carts and I saw this sign and I pulled it out, but it just was too like generic looking. I didn't even want to put it in my booth as is. So that got put back on the cart, and then I went right over to the baskets. And again, lots of really cool looking baskets, but nothing that like screamed out to me like buy me, buy me. Now this Goodwill definitely had a whole lot more on the shelf, and we found a lot more here. My daughter actually found a ton of clothes that were really reasonable. She's very into like all this athletic wear, and she found like these Nike pants. I don't even know. They are normally $65. She got them for $10. She's like, "It's a steal, Mom, it's a steal." So we definitely grabbed that for her. I thought those two baskets were a little cute. I thought about even pulling out the liner, but I passed. I have quite a few other baskets similar that I want to get rid of before I buy more. Now, sometimes when the shelves are this jam-packed, it can be a little bit overwhelming, and we were trying to do this kind of quick. We decided we were only going to spend so much time at each of the different Goodwills. So I was very strategic with looking. I just kind of did like a quick glance, not a lot of digging, and there were just the things that really kind of caught my eyes. I pulled them out, put it back in. So I did end up finding, you can see in my cart, there's quite a few items in there. This I thought was so cool, and it was really inexpensive. Not sure what that writing is, but I can remove that wood piece, sand it down, and either just seal it or put like a decoupage piece of paper on there, a stamp, paint inlay, what have you, but I thought it was really cool. Now, this aisle that I'm down right now was really busy. I don't know why everybody was congregating to this aisle, but it was very, very hard to actually go through and then actually videotape. I'm trying to get better taping. I'm trying to be inconspicuous. Is that the word I'm looking for? But what I found down this aisle were a lot of pieces with chicken wire, and I definitely grabbed those. I thought those were really cool. But then I decided, after I realized it was so busy, I decided to go and hit up the clothes like my daughter, and I found some good stuff as well. I'm not going to talk a lot about the clothes I found, but it's always nice to find things that are 50% off. I did find quite a few pairs of pants that are from Anthropologie, and they had them marked wrong. They had them at $8.99, and then I got them for 50% off. So what a steal, guys. I looked them up, and they were all in the range of like $300 each. We finished up at that Goodwill, and I should mention, when I said they had it mismarked, I just meant they didn't realize what brand it was, and they probably, if they would have known, they would have had a much higher price on it. So at this Goodwill, again, this one was jam-packed as well, full of all kinds of goodies, and we found quite a bit of good stuff here. First and foremost, this is McCoy, and if you guys have been following me for a while, I collect all things McCoy pottery. This definitely made its way in the cart. And then this caught my eye, and I love pottery. This was so cool. It was handcrafted, and I'm definitely keeping it. Well, maybe not for myself, but definitely getting it in the cart. Now, this, you guys, this is an old piece of pottery as well. I'm like, why is it so inexpensive? And I looked and I looked, and then if you look at the bird's nose, it must have broke off and they glued it back on. Now, I am going to keep that for myself, so I thought it's cool. I'm going to put it amongst all of my pottery, so it definitely made its way in the cart. As I was making my way through all this pottery, this turquoise piece caught my eye. Such a great price, and it is handmade, definitely in the cart. Then I spotted a couple other pieces. This one is Falstaff, and I thought it was so pretty. I'm like, okay, that's gonna look great in my booth. And these two pieces, they are really cool, but I didn't know there was nothing really, no markings on them. I looked them over, but I passed them. So maybe you guys let me know in the comments, should I have grabbed them? They do appear to be a handmade piece of pottery, just no markings. I continued to look over all the different pieces of pottery, scanning to see if anything really caught my eye, and there were a couple pieces. I'm always looking for like ironstone, so any of the white pottery or white dishes, those are could be possibly ironstone, so I'm looking those over, and eventually I just decide I am going to make my way over to another aisle. Now check out this candlestick, you guys. It is so tall, has this really cool brass piece. The price was really decent. I'm like, oh, I could do something really cool with this. I'm taking it. Grab that. Then this kind of caught my eye. I thought maybe it was like a vintage piece of like pottery, but it said something about apple baking, so I left it. And then I'm always looking for these little houses. They're super cute. You can find the ones from Pottery Barn. I have found those a couple times. I'm kind of kicking myself that I sold them versus keeping them. But there's always more to be found. And that's a wrap for this Goodwill. So you guys, we had a great day of thrifting, right, Caitlin? We both found some really awesome stuff, and I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we'll definitely be doing it again, right?
Right.
You're a bins girl now.
Yep.